Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fallout 76 daily news video with me, Blackwell, here at youtube.com/BlackwellTV. I hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday the 1st of March, and it is the day that Season 8 is among us. You might notice the difference in thumbnails because we've got a new season, so we've got a new thumbnail style. So, mad props for that one. We've got an upgrade. Right, in today's video, we are going to be looking at the Atomic Store. We're going to be looking at the Minerva location, which I believe she's not in game at the moment, but we will just double check that one. Look at the daily ops, look at the daily challenges as well. But also, we are going to go through the patch notes from update 33, I believe, which came out today. So you may have an update to your game before you load in today. Just remember that and bear that in mind when you are looking to get into the game. You know, if you've got a scheduled stream or if you've got a scheduled video or you just want to schedule some playtime, make sure that you've updated your game before you do that. Otherwise, it's going to set you back a few minutes. It's not that big an update, but we'll get onto that in a little bit. What am I looking for here? Patch notes. They're called updates now, but yeah, update 33 came out today, March 1st, 2022, so we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll start off like we always do with the Atomic Store Roundup. We are actually on Steam at the moment as well. I've ported over to Steam. I've removed my game from the Bethesda launcher at the moment. I'm trying to figure out how to sort of launch multiple instances or log in without using my Steam credentials and that kind of thing. So I'm troubleshooting at the moment. I think I've got a fix on it, but every update you will need to update your INI file. So yeah, bear that in mind. If you want information on that, then head to my Discord. The link's in the description below, and we'll get you set up on there. I've got a guide or a little walkthrough to show you on that one. But that's on the Discord, so you'll have to join that for that. Right, Atomic Store. Let's take a look-ski. Let's start on the end ski and work back ski. So we've got a rocket suits available for 1 day only. I believe it's coming in at 840 atoms. It's a lot of money, but it is a baller of an outfit. Like, you're not going to see many outfits as good as that one, especially like the Captain Cosmos ones that came out kind of look like an Action Man. This. Just different class. You got a free supply package for any of your tunes that you need to have it on. I'm going to switch to my lowest level tune to redeem that one, so I'm not going to do it just yet. You know what? I don't need to do that, do I? If I hit enter and then I hit R to unlock for a different character, then go to the character I want, which is Anita von Straldhue, and that'll be unlocked on that character. Sweet. Shelters poster is available for free for the week as well. That'll help you start your shelter quest. There is a free shelter in game. It's a utility shelter. It's quite small. If you need more information on that, drop it in the comments below and I'll make a video on it. Right, camp vaulting. This stuff's been in the store for about a week or so. So that's not updated in any particular sense. Greatest hits. Okay, special loadouts dropped down to 350. Not bad, but not the one I wanted. I'm surprised. Hang on. No, other one's not there. Damn it! God damn it! So special loadout. If you do need multiple loadouts, which to be honest with you, most people use one loadout. You might have a second loadout for, you know, crafting or building, whatever. You won't need more than that, to be honest, and you start off with 2 anyway, right? So all characters get 2 loadouts. So yeah, this one I'm not really that into. I'm not going to be buying an extra loadout. If you do have multiple characters, it does essentially, so if you buy one loadout, it's across all the characters. So each character then would have 3 loadouts, which is a good it's a good price if you have multiple characters that need multiple loadouts. We've got an Enclave bundle, which comes with the Enclave camp kit. Okay, Enclave light set, turret set, flat laser door, which is obviously the one you can see here, and the wallpaper. It's not new, but it is returning. We've got an Enclave bundle here, which has the power armor gear in it as well. Put them together and we've got some Enclave bundly goodness. Lunchboxes and repair kits are on, well, not on offer, but you can get 15 for 500 there. Carry 8 boosters as well, and the Brotherhood bundle, obviously to counterbalance the Enclave. you can get yourself some power armor skins and a very big well, it's not a big armory, but it is an armory, and it's got a spiral staircase in it that's I don't like it anyway. But never mind. Yeah, so I was wondering if they've got the other one, you know, so there's the special loadout, but then there's the camp slots. I want to see if they're available somewhere, because all the shelters are on sale, so it would make a lot of sense to do that now, but I don't see them on this page, so we'll have to have a look in the other tabs. Forbidden dig site. So a cave, basically. Missile silo. That looks pretty cool. That one is pretty cool. I like that one. 1200. It's not that expensive either. Abandoned mine. Again, another cave. Let's be honest. Just cave. The atrium, the quarters shelter, the server room, and the lobby shelter is also available for what's this? 500 for 1500 limited time discount. It's now under 1,000, and you get a bunch of starter gear stuff that are obviously going to be tied into new players and that kind of thing. And the Shelters mainframe bundle. Now, if you've seen the scoreboard already, you know that these modular panels, what are they called? Modular mainframe set. There's one actually in the scoreboard that's black. So you might just want to hold off on that one and pick it up in the scoreboard, because it's free that way, right? That's if you're really harking after it. You get floors and stuff, and yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, we've seen this a few times, to be honest. Moving on to the first page, and this is the brand new stuff. You can get the Alien Invasion bundle for 1,500 atoms. Now, is it worth 1,500 atoms? Probably not. If you consider what you do get, this is not included. This is nothing. This is just a thumbnail for the bundle, so ignore that. You get the Alien catwalk, which is this thing here. It does curve, so you can obviously curve it around or whatever. You get a table. You get a chair, which you obviously put more down than one, and you can have some chairs, right? You can put multiple tables down and get creative with it if you really want to. But you get a table, a chair. You get a wallpaper skin. If I'm not mistaken, that's a wallpaper skin, isn't it? Alien wallpaper. Very similar to the Enclave ones and the Brotherhood of Steel ones we've just seen. Whatever, I reserve judgment. You get a floor, which is an alien floor. I don't know what makes it alien. It's got elongated circles on it. A different coloured floor, and a bench. That's it. That's the bundle. Like the last two pictures are just the floor and the floor. So for 1,500, I don't think that's worth it at all. It's a very simplified floor design. Like, other than the texture of that floor panel, it could probably take 4 minutes, if that, to 3 minutes to make. Yeah. And it's in two colours. Like, I'm not buying that. They're selling it, I ain't buying it, you know? It's just how it is. Let's see if we can get camp slots. Is it in utility? No. Where would it be? Account. So it is just... It's just the special loadouts on sale, 30% off, which gives me the idea that camp slots could be reduced at some point. You know, the idea is there. 1,000's quite a lot for a camp slot. I essentially need 4 camps. If I'm doing one camp per season, yeah, I kind of would like 4 camps. Failing that, I could do it over multiple characters. But there you go. Let's just do a roundup for the week, actually, for the day. For the week. Let us know what you think of it. Yeah, let us know your thoughts and comments in the dedicated comments section below. Mad that, isn't it? Right, let's clear up some of these. Cool. Let's go and look for Minerva, actually. Now, I don't believe she's in game. She's not been in game the last couple of days, so we'll have a double check and we'll have a quick look. And while that's loading, hey, look at that. Twitch.tv/BlackwellTV. That's my Twitch channel. I do stream, not very often at the moment. I'm trying to get some rhythm going with a schedule, but for now it's very sporadic. I'm looking to probably stream some Fallout 76, obviously, as you see there. Some Warzone maybe, and some Destiny, some new, what's it called, New World, maybe some Lost Ark, other titles as well. I don't know. Yeah, you guys can have a say on what we play. Maybe some Apex Legends. I don't know. But there's the link if you want to drop it a follow. I appreciate that very much. Right, we are at Fort Atlas, and Minerva is not. So we will head down to Foundation. Where is Foundation? There it is. Also, if you'd like to buy some merchandise, we have some t-shirts available. Like this one here, look. Oh my god, it's a Blackwell Brotherhood of Steel t-shirt. Oh my god, look at it. It's right there as well. Right there. $19.99. I designed all these, so, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Get yourself a mug as well. Drink Monster out of it. I drink Monster. Only the best people drink Monster. Or not. That is subjective. Right, let's have a look. No Minerva here. Cool. And lastly, we will head up to Crater to see if she's there, which she won't be there because she's not in game, but we will double check just for shits and giggles. Yes. So I am thinking, well, in fact, I've decided I am going to start making Destiny 2 videos as well. So in a similar sort of vein to these videos, but covering Destiny 2. Now, I know I'm not a great player of Destiny 2. I'm not an expert. I don't do Grandmasters. I'm not a top level player or anything like that. But I think that's a good thing because it gives people insight as to what the average player can manage to achieve, you know? Yeah, she's not here, look. So I'll be looking at doing that. Each week, apparently, Destiny bring out this sort of This Week at Bungie kind of document, which is like Inside the Vault. But it's a lot bigger, actually. It's a lot more extensive a document. So maybe look at that as well and just sort of give people insight and information on that one as well. So I think what we're going to do is drop a couple of days Fallout videos and do a couple of days Destiny 2. They've obviously dropped their Witch Queen update as well, which is a season. So it's like a scoreboard, but you pay for it. It's £12 a month. No, it's not £12 a month. It's £12 a season, and you get loads of updates and upgrades and stuff as you go, and you get quests and raids and dungeons and stuff. It's like Fallout 76, but it's on a grander scale by a AAA company that's been doing it a lot longer with a lot more experience. So, yeah, it's natural progression, really, I suppose. Right. So we'll be doing a bit of that, juggling both. You know, if Fallout have a hot streak, then we can dedicate more content to Fallout. If Destiny has a hot streak, then we'll dedicate some extra days to Destiny, you know, that kind of thing. So we can be quite flexible with that because, well, I make the content, so I pick and choose whatever. It is what it is, right? So Minerva's not in game. We'll take a look at the daily ops. We're looking at Decryption against communists in Vault 96. Okay, today's video is going to be bloody long based on what the level of video is at the moment. It's 13 minutes. We haven't even touched the patch notes yet. Right, so we have got Decryption, level 96 communists, heals while grouped, deadly armor piercing attacks. Now I know the Blood Eagles, if they were, I don't know. It won't move too fast though, will they? Because it's not double mutations. So let's go with Decryption. Can be nice and stealthy. That's sneak. Not too difficult. I'm going to go with a 6. I'm going to go 6 out of 10. I'm going with a 6 out of 10 because deadly armor piercing attacks can be difficult. If you think about their boss at the end, you could maybe look at a 7, but I'm going with a 6 at the moment because it's communists. At the end, there's going to be a boss that's going to be a pain in the ass. If any of the mobs get close to the boss, then they give you a deadly armor piercing attack. They're going to be healed. It's going to be a right nightmare. You know what? For that reason, we're going to go 7. We're going to go 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. There you go. There's daily ops out of the whaley ops. Let's move on to the daily challenges. Right, let's see if there's anything different on this. And there is one thing that's different. 3 things. 3 things that are different. Yay, different things. Yay! They're not going to be repeated for the next 6 weeks. No, 2 weeks. I don't know. Right, let's have a look at these. Build a floor or wall decoration in a workshop or a camp. So that never changes, really, does it? Collect a bobblehead. Complete your daily op. Complete 2 events. Normally it's complete 1 event, but because there's a seasonal on at the moment, Invaders from Beyond is also in the game, so they're doubling it to 2 events. Drink 3 alcohols. Complete 5 of these for your gold star, level up, and take photos of an alien drone and an alien enemy. Now, the easiest way to do this is to kill them first, take photos when they're dead, when everyone's settled down and the dust has died down and everything has settled. Don't do it while you're in combat because you might get killed, or your teammates might get killed, or you're not helping anybody out with the objectives. So PTFO or GTFO, there's the rules. We need to follow them. So there you go, they're your dailies for the day. It's time to hop over and have a look at the update notes to the web browser page. Hello, welcome to the web browser page. My name is still Blackwell, and this is still the same video you were watching earlier. Unless you paused it and buggered off, and now you've unpaused it and buggered back? I'm not sure. Don't know. Who knows? Right. Patch notes. Let's do it. It says update notes because patch notes signifies there's a hole in a leaking ship. We don't want to say that because updates new and fresh and great. Positive. Right, our latest update for Fallout 76 brings an out of this world experience with a new seasonal event, new season and scoreboard, and much more to the game. Much more. I don't know that there's much more, but they've said it, so let's believe it for now. And let's see what happens. I'm not reading it again. They do it every time. It's the exact same sentence. It's the exact same sentence. Read on to catch the update. Details. Right. Update highlights. Aliens have landed. Extraterrestrials are here. And they want to siphon our brain waves. Until March 15th, band together with other dwellers every hour on the hour to take on an out-of-this-world new seasonal event. Season 8 begins. Relive your glory days inside the comfy confines of the vault as you rank up and claim new weapon and armor paints, camp objects, a new ally, and many more rewards on the Season 8 scoreboard. Earn score in Fallout Worlds. If you play it. If you play it. If you have it and if you play it. If you don't. To be fair though, the one caveat, there is a free version of Fallout Worlds that you can jump on just to see what it's like while you do your score updates. I might give that a go. Continue your season up journey in public and custom worlds by completing challenges to earn score, rank up, and claim scoreboard rewards. You don't get XP, but if you're just in it for the score, well, you're still going to have to level up as one of your score challenges, so I don't know, we'll see. New custom world settings. Experiment in your custom worlds with more freedom to place intersecting camp objects, the ability to toggle VATs and perk card effects, and more. Right, so we're looking at between 10 and 20 gigabytes for this update, and here we go, I suppose. The new seasonal event, mysterious beings from outer space have arrived in our skies, and they're planning to steal the brainwaves from life forms throughout Appalachia. Band together with your fellow humans to take on the alien scum and send them fleeing back into their ships before they can complete their research. Every hour on the hour until March 15th, an alien mothership will materialize above one of 6 Appalachian landmarks to deploy 3 brainwave siphons in the area. Travel to the mothership's location and examine Siphon Kappa to start the event. When the event begins, work to destroy all 3 brainwave siphons, one after the other, before the aliens can complete their brainwave extraction process. There's just one problem. Just the one problem. Each siphon is protected by a force field which is controlled by a different alien commander. Defeat alien forces to draw out the commander for each siphon. Take out the commander and the force field will drop, allowing you and your event mates to destroy the siphon. If you manage to destroy all three, you'll get yourself some loot, some XP, and have a chance to earn plans to craft new alien weaponry like the Alien Disintegrator and Electro Enforcer, as well as high-tech new camp objects. Now those weapons sound amazing. Like the Alien Disintegrator, my mind's racing. Go, wow, that could be amazing. And the Electro Enforcer, wow, that sounds amazing too. The reality, I don't know. So I'm just going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one, because I will suffocate. I don't think you can suffocate by holding your own breath. Don't try it, you might die. Keep your guard up, because as long as the seasonal event is live, you may encounter extraterrestrial interlopers at select public events, including Campfire Tales, Free Range, and Line in the Sand. You may also spot our curious visitors in new random encounters that we're adding with this update. Can you put your guard down? I'm going to put my guard down. Alright, Season 8, new scoreboard, rewards, and more. Here's what's headed your way during 76's Season 8, which begins now. New scoreboard. Relive the glory days of the past inside the cozy confines of the vault in all new scoreboard. Achieve rank 100 and beyond once again this season to earn a suite of new rewards that would even make an overseer jealous. As you progress during your season journey, you will unlock new paint for your weapons, armor, and power armor, stylish amenities for your camp, and new ally outfits, cosmetics, consumables, and more. To be honest, the power armor skins that I've seen are just yellow. So just think base color, like yellow, and just base power armor, yellow. That's all I've really seen. So don't get your hopes up too much about the power armor skins. Rank purchasing improvements. Clicking over and over to purchase rank ups with atoms one at a time can be a drag. We've added a new option to the season scoreboard, which you can use to purchase as many rank ups as you like, all in one go. So if you accidentally do it, you are rumbled. Select the rank you'd like to reach and press the rank up here button at the bottom of the screen scoreboard. After confirming your purchase, you will immediately lose all the atoms that it costs to get up to that position on the scoreboard. You'll also unlock all of the rewards as well. Fresh radio players tune into the pirate radio to experience all the drama, intrigue, and suspense that come with living in close quarters alongside other dwellers. Sponsored by Abraxo Chemical, our latest round of radio plays for Season 8 follows the lives and times of Vault Dwellers as they struggle to get along. Catch additional details by clicking here and by clicking here. Fallout Worlds improvements. In response to community feedback, we've implemented the ability for you to continue your season journey in Fallout Worlds. Going forward, you will now be able to earn score from non-repeatable daily and weekly challenges in public and custom worlds. New custom world settings to explore. Carry weight. Set how much weight a player can carry up to a specific number. Reduce it to 0 or multiply it up to 11 times the default amount. Frequent confetti. So the confetti clouds you get from lunchboxes you can turn on in Fallout Worlds. To me, the novelty is well and truly dead, so I hate it. It'd be nice if you could turn it off in-game. Perk effects. Choose whether players can benefit from normal perk effects, legendaries, or both, or neither. VATs. We've added the ability to turn off VATs targeting versus other players, or even disable it completely. Building restrictions. When using relaxed building restrictions in Fallout Worlds, you will now see a new placement mode option that can be toggled while building in a workshop or a camp. Adjusting it will allow you to place camp objects even if they intersect. So you better do this instead of this. Instead of just struggling, you'll be able to put them together. Weather. If you enjoyed the darkness above the Mothman Equinox seasonal event, you can now bring it to your custom worlds using weather settings. Additionally, we've brought some of the new settings to certain public worlds. Happy Builder. Intersecting can be brought into that world now. And high risk perk card effects, legendary perk card effects, and VATs have been disabled to provide an even riskier experience to thrill seekers. With no additional benefits, so it's just a novel idea. Cool. Right. we'll get up to... where are we at? I'm going to burn my food if I don't stop. So, we're at additional changes and improvements. And we're going to have to do that tomorrow. So come back tomorrow to hear the very dry additional changes and improvements and bug fixes. But for now, I'm out of here because my food's in the oven and it's going to burn if I don't leave. So I'm not going to burn my house down to make a Fallout video for YouTube. All right. So until then, there we go. Until tomorrow's video, you take care of yourselves. Peace and love to you and yours. And I will catch you on the next one. See you soon. Welcome back to part number 2 of this video, which is music, please. Thank you. The update notes, update 33. You may have seen the earlier video for this. I had to stop for a break, and we are back with the second part. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. Additional changes and improvements. There's a buildable pirate radio, which you can tap your toes to Appalachia's newest radio station when you're relaxing at home. With the buildable pirate radio that you can place in your camp, open the build menu and navigate to the appliances section to find it. It would have been nice if it was a case of go and find XYZ ABC 123 to complete that. That'd be really cool. Invisible backpacks. The community has long requested an ability to hide their current equipped backpacks, and now you can. There's a show backpack toggle in the game settings menu. Don't worry, you'll still have all the benefits of your pack while it's hidden. Invulnerable enemies. To help you more easily identify when creatures are invulnerable, we've added a new shield icon to better indicate that they won't take damage. This is particularly useful for the encrypted and probably, just a guess here, Earl Williams as well. If you can think of any other additions, then let us know. Minerva. We've added several holiday-themed item plans to Minerva's inventory that were previously only available from Nuclear Winter, so you can purchase those with your gold bullion. Over budget camp limits. Much like the absolute carry weight maximums we've introduced previously, in today's updates we're implementing limits for camps that are excessively over budget. Upon login, the owners of camps that have greatly surpassed the build budget will be notified that they're unable to perform certain actions while over budget. The following actions will be disabled until the player scraps or destroys enough items to drop back under that limit. And it's not just building limits, it's lots of other things as well. Fast travel. The owner will have one opportunity to travel to their over budget camp to reduce its budget. If they don't, fast travel will behave as if the player is over encumbered. So if you skip that, you are in a bit of trouble. Camp object placement, rearranging and storing, camp slot swapping and broadcasting on the map, furniture and activator interactions, including shelter entrances. All binned. Because you're over budget, you naughty gits. Stimpack adjustments. We've reduced the weight of stimpacks and diluted stimpacks by a quarter, and reduced their prices by a quarter as well. Additionally, we've increased the number of stimpacks and diluted stimpacks that will appear in medical vending machines. Great, that's really cool. I want them to do the same with ammo and make it affordable. Hell yeah. And we're on to bug fixes already. There's a few. Which is why I made part number 2. Okay. Oh god. Alright. You're in for the dry run here, guys. It's going to be dry. I don't know what dry run means. I'm guessing it's something to do with reading a lot of boring stuff. Right. Art. Outfits. Players' ankles, yeah, they no longer stretch in odd ways while wearing the Hellfire Field Gear outfit. Got those stretchy ankles? Not anymore. Firing a railway rifle now correctly causes it to emit steam visuals from the barrel. Camp and workshops. Appliances. The popcorn from the popcorn machine now correctly reduces hunger and thirst gains by 25%. Didn't know it wasn't? I'm glad it is. Items in the build menu's new tab now remain visible after logging out and back in, and after relaunching the game client. Fixed an issue that could prevent certain camp objects from appearing in the build menu's new tab. Scrapping or storing a camp object now correctively removes the grey highlight around the object. Selecting an object for placement and then switching to an empty tab in build mode now correctly removes the placement preview for that object. Slightly increased the crafting requirements for several camp items such as crops, which previously returned the same amount of crafting materials when scrapped as they did cost to build. So now it's not a 1-for-1, it's going to cost you a little bit. Collectron stations, Collectron plans, purchased using gold bullion like the Nuka-Cola and Red Rocket Collectrons, now correctly grant access to their unique collect options in the Collectron station terminal. So, if you've been in a previous season and you've grinded away, or ground away, whatever, to get these Collectrons, and now you can just buy them for gold bullion, it's kind of like, oh, whatever, who cares, here's what it is. It basically means if you don't grind the season this season and hope that in the future seasons the good shit from this season will be available via gold. Defenses adjusted the wire attach point for Enclave turrets so that players can now correctly connect wires from one to another. The turrets also play the correct sounds now well powered. While scrapping and storing display cases and mannequins, a warning now appears stating that any items assigned will be unassigned. The Pepper Shaker now properly aligned. The Pepper Shaker is now properly aligned when assigned to wall-mounted weapon displays. Souvenir teddy bear variants now face the correct direction while assigned in a display. The Fashneck mask display now has a build limit of 30. Addressed an exploit that allowed players to duplicate certain crops. A flag object now have a build limit of 10. No more than 10 flags. No, not allowed. The West Virginia slot machine now has a build limit of 5. Fixed a visual issue that could cause incorrect error messages to appear when attempting to place a camp object using the modify menu. Ceiling conduit junctions can now correctly connect through Enclave flat roof pieces to electrical objects placed beneath. Removed a railing at the top of the Guild of Antiquity stairs with posts, which clip with other objects when built indoors. The Wildwood Den can now be sunk into the terrain more easily, and in cases where the terrain isn't perfectly flat, it will appear closer to the ground and more natural than before. Upper level flooring pieces no longer clip into Enclave camp walls. Challenges, mes amis. Combat, Brotherhood, Recon, Armor plans now correctly progress lifetime challenges that require the player to learn armor plans. The weekly repeatable under rank 100 gain XP weekly challenge. That's fucking rolls off the tongue, that, doesn't it? Let me just reiterate for those who didn't hear the first time. The repeatable under rank 100 gain XP weekly challenge is now correctly available at rank 99. Pass the Buck has been removed from the list of sub-challenges for the complete different daily quests world challenge. The Dirty Fedora and Crumpled Fedora now count towards progress for the Possum Archaeologist World Challenge to collect bones while wearing a fedora. There you go. Combat. Elemental resistances. Adjusted the calculation for energy and elemental damage to be in line with the physical damage calculation. As a result, energy and elemental damage have been increased overall. That's the energy buff that we're all thinking about. We've been hearing ruminations and rumours about, yeah. Enemy health. Addressed an instance of enemy health rubber banding that could occur when using a high rate of fire weapon under poor network conditions. So, shotguns, for example, hopefully, because the damage is per pellet, I suppose, could be considered for that. If you're high rate of fire while bang, 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 bang. Like if you've got a quad pump action shotgun, for example, maybe. Floating damage numbers. Armor penetration is now correctly factored into floating damage numbers that appear when attacking enemies. And VATS, players can now use VATS to target and hit airborne grenades. Daily Ops bosses addressed an issue that could cause Daily Ops bosses to flee from the player. That's probably the mole miner, if I'm thinking right. And rewards. Fusion cores for the Ultrasight Gatling laser now appear in the contextual ammo rewards granted after completing a Daily Op. Onto the enemies. Corpses. Bloody corpses. Still causing people bother. Opening the quick loot menu by hovering the crosshairs over a dismembered enemy corpse no longer causes that enemy's limbs or clothing to reappear. Humans corrected an issue that allowed human enemies to attempt to enter sets of pre-placed power armor. Scorched Mothmen. This sounds like a really weird band name, doesn't it? Alright guys, we are the Scorched Mothmen. Don't know. And this is our newest song, Zealous Legendary. I still don't know. Scorched Mothman now, or Mothmen now correctly take bonus damage from weapons with the Zealot's Legendary attribute. And after being crippled, wild mongrels now continue their attempt to attack the player instead of preferring to stare at them ominously. Dunno. Yep, cool. On to events and quests. A colossal problem. Fix an issue that could cause the public event A Colossal Problem to begin after nuking Cranberry Bog to start Scorched Earth. No more double nukes or single nuke causing 2 events, which is a bit of a shame, but there you go. It was good while it lasted. We'll all reminisce one day, like we do about White Spring nukes. A satisfied conscience. Valdez and other NPCs no longer become stuck after taking cover at the end of the battle during this quest. Campfire Tales fixed an issue that prevented players from remaining hidden from enemies while sneaking during the event. Campfire Tales scout leader Penny no longer plays placeholder voice for one of her lines during the boss fight. Free range. Players now earn the correct rewards after completing free range. Low-bearing ultrasight ore that spawns during this event is now correctly mineable. One Violent Night updated the text for the optional objective Kill the Night Stalker barehanded to reflect that players can use explosives and thrown weapons. Fixed an issue that could cause tea time to continue running in the background, which prevented the next public event from starting. Good, cool, nice. More efficiency, yes. Legendary perk cards. We're moving into Fallout Worlds now, so it's not essential for everybody. Legendary perk cards. Fix an issue that could cause the Master Infiltrator Legendary perk card to unequip itself after joining a custom world. Menus. The ordering of custom world settings categories is now uniform across different platforms. Settings. Players can no longer earn wanted status when PvP rules in a custom world are set to never. When fast travel is disabled in a custom world, the players now correctly receive a message that they're unable to fast travel. Jump animations are now smoother in custom worlds where jump height has been increased. Jumping when over encumbered no longer consumes action points when jump AP cost is 0 in custom worlds. Players can no longer damage their own camp objects when PvP is set to always in a custom world. VATS now correctly targets enemies when the player has no action points in custom worlds where VATS and melee AP cost is set to 0. Yada yada yada, you get the idea. Enemies now correctly stop spawning while the player is on a respawn screen when proximity enemy spawns is enabled in a custom world. Players can no longer place stored camp objects when camp budget is set to 0 in a custom world. Blueprints that contain floating objects can now be placed in custom worlds with relaxed building restrictions enabled. It's very dry, this stuff, isn't it? Is this all still Fallout World? No, this is just items now. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there, I promise. Items. Certain buff timers, like the Lunchbox XP buff, will no longer become out of sync with the server. Corrected a description of toxic goo to clarify the actual amount of rad damage the player will take after consuming the item. The contextual ammo system now drops 45 ammo and cannonballs in amounts that are more consistent with other ammo types. That could be a problem. Life-saving armor. Life-saving legendary armor now correctly consumes a stim pack when reviving the player. Wow, that didn't do that for a long time. Wow. I had a Berserker build a long time ago, and I was using full set life-saving and auto stim, I think it was. That stuff was crazy. But it was all broken armor, hence the build. Okay, where are we up to? Okay, exploits. Address an exploit that allowed players to activate multiple aid items simultaneously. Address an exploit that allowed players to repeatedly and repeatedly and rapidly stack aid item buffs, and addressed an exploit that allowed players to significantly increase a weapon's magazine size. Good. Headwear. The Covert Scout armor mask no longer prevents the chameleon mutation from triggering. The Fireman and Captain Cosmos helmets now correctly prevent negative effects from airborne hazards. Attacking with an automatic melee weapon like the chainsaw, drill, or ripper now correctly drains action points. So they're aware of these weapons, but my god, they don't want to do anything about it. Fucking hell. Like, give us level 50 of them. That's the tweet. You know, that's the whole fucking sentence. Being melee attacked by another player while wearing burning, electrified, frozen, or toxic legendary power armor will no longer trigger PvP. Removing a fusion core from power armor that has been equipped, the jetpack no longer causes that jetpack to appear to float near the player. The Rusty Knuckles power armor mod now correctly adds damage when applied to only one arm rather than requiring both arms for the mod to work. The Optimized Braces power armor mod action point cost reduction for power attacks now stacks when the mod is applied to both arms instead of just one. Like, we're supposed to know this stuff anyway. Like, oh well, there you go. I'm glad that's the case. Because I swore to God, I swore to God that the Optimized Braces power armor mod's action point cost reduction for those power attacks it did. I don't know. It just felt like it didn't stack. You know what I mean? Like, God, but now I know that it does, so it's good. Power armor fixed an issue that prevented the Slocum's Joe power armor paint from being applied to power armor pieces. The alien blaster now correctly deals damage to the enemy's limbs that it hits instead of damaging limbs at random. Like, you know, I'm sick of shooting a left arm and a left leg getting crippled. What's that about? I mean, come on. God, continuity. Aiming down sights with a weapon that has a scope attached no longer interrupts jetpack use. So you get, like, you know, I was so fed up of that. I'm in my jetpack just going, I want a scope and I want to do them at the same time, and I couldn't do it, and now I can. No, nobody's complaining about this stuff. Gatling weapons no longer reset their wind-up times if the player attempts to fire immediately after they stop aiming down sights. Guns that use cores as ammo, like the Gatling Plasma or Gatling Laser, right? They can no longer spawn with the quad legendary attribute. Now, that sounds like it's what a shame. But I'll tell you why. They were rubbish. Because they didn't offer quad at all. Like, if you got 250 per fusion core, with a quad, you were probably looking at about 300. So don't go after them legacies thinking they're amazing. They're not. They're really, really not. They are now legacy, but they're rubbish legacies. There's a lot of legacies out there that aren't very good. I mean, there's some that are great, but, you know, yeah. Alien Blaster rounds should now drop from all contextual ammo sources. So you take the Alien Blaster into Daily Ops and get all the ammo. Players can now correctly throw grenades while sprinting. I've never tried to throw something while sprinting. I've never sprinted. I mean, let's face it, it's not my sprinting is probably a casual saunter. Plague Walker. The Plague Walker mutation now correctly deals damage to enemies within its area of effect. NPCs, allies, Daphne and Maul. Camp items can no longer become partially destroyed, which was inconsistent with the other allies' camp items. I'm nearly at the bottom of the page, right? We're going to carry on a little bit more. Performance and stability. There's 3 client stability things that have been fixed. One was an issue that could cause duplicate items to appear in the player's Pip-Boy and result in client crash. Another was consuming aid items in rapid succession no longer causes the client to freeze or crash. And they fixed a client crash that could occur while playing on a team. Serviceability has been addressed, as the server could crash during combat. Perk cards. Cards of the perk variety. Cap Collector. Looting Brahmin and chickens no longer causes the fanfare of the Cap Collector perk to appear. Commando. Automatic fire and crit hits now work properly in VATS when the Commando perk is equipped. Daytime perk effects. Perk cards that are active between 6 AM and 6 PM now correctly work when the player is in an instanced location. Friendly Fire updated the description of the Friendly Fire perk to clarify that it does not affect grenades. Friendly Fire, the Hellstorm Missile Launcher's Napalm Payload mod. Another one that just rolls off in tongue. The Hellstorm Missile Launcher's Napalm Payload mod is now correctly affected by the Friendly Fire perk card. Turrets that are owned by NPCs can no longer be healed by the Friendly Fire perk card. Hang on. Turrets that are owned by NPCs, so let's think Rad Rumble, can no longer be healed by Friendly Fire. But you can repair them though, can't you? Okay. Fixed an issue that prevented Pain Train's effects from triggering correctly if the player had a weapon drawn in a relaxed state. So if you got your weapon out, if you flopped your weapon out of combat, and then wanted to use Pain Train, it won't work. Okay. Survival. Diseases now have fixed durations, and they are no longer affected by the region they are contracted in. Additionally, fast travelling to different regions while affected by a disease no longer alters its duration. Who's tracking that? Who's like, right, I've got this disease on this game, right? There's no information on it, but I swear, every time I fast travel, it resets. I swear about it. Right? I had this disease, I'm timing it, 29 minutes, and it's gone. And then the next time, 29 minutes, and then fast travel started again. Like, we don't have that level of information. We don't know how long diseases last. We don't know how long anything does anything for. But I'm glad that it's been cleared up. The disease and the information. Right, user interface controls. Fix an issue that caused the game's controls to become unresponsive after dying at the very end of an event, which could prevent the player from respawning. Notifications. Crafting item unlock notifications that appear after learning plans for various generators in the windmill now correctly include the names of those items. Pip-Boy. Fixed an issue that can prevent players from scrolling down the Pip-Boy's collections tab on the stat menu. And the social menu now opens correctly after using the social menu hotkey from the game's main menu. This is nearly the end. World. Camden Park. The Mr. Fuzzy terminal now correctly dispenses rewards after turning in Mr. Fuzzy tokens to redeem the Super Comic Book option. And finally, there's an exploit that's been addressed that enabled players to repeatedly disarm pre-placed traps. I don't know what muscles traps are. I'm just going to point... Traps. 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 Don't know. Doesn't matter. If you've got traps and they're really good, then well done to you. If you haven't, then well done to you. Do whatever. Doesn't matter. Right. Well, that's the end of the update notes. I am going to not talk for a while. I'm going to eat that sweet and drink that beverage. And you'll have to guess what they are because I'm not showing you. Anyway, adieu to you and you and you and you.